No, I'm exercising my rights here, and you don't put a time limit on that, Inspector. Inspector what? Blackwell? Thank you.
Welcome to Law and Justice, where we highlight police misconduct and hold public officials accountable. Today's video comes from Power to the Proletariat. Be sure to check the link below, support their work, and watch the full clip that I end this episode. An order to film Stamford Police Station from a public area, a lawful act under UK law. Within minutes, 4 officers, including an inspector, approach him. They make questionable security claims, threaten arrest under laws that don't apply, and even attempt to place time limits on his rights that will break down the footage, examine these legal claims, and reveal what's really happening. Let's get into it.
You right?
What are you doing?
Pardon?
What are you doing?
What do you mean?
Why are you filming?
Because it's a police car.
How come you're here?
Pardon?
How come you're here?
I can't hear you very well.
How come you're filming here?
To get shots of the police car. I mean, that's all. So is there a problem?
I'd rather you weren't on police property.
I memean, I haven't gone past your signs that restrict access. I haven't gone past into that area. But nothing to worry about. Who are you, sorry?
I'm PC 283 Reeve.
283 Reeve. Thank you. Bizarre. Oh yeah. Pardon?
Are you doing a news piece?
Just having a look at your cars now, really. Just saw this PC was idling up there, and I figured she was going to be coming out in a second. So yeah, just waiting for. Oh my days! Hang on, so we got an inspector, a PC,
Yeah.
PC, inspector. So we got 4 police officers for a man with a camera. But it's quite intimidating, isn't it? Having 4 people come out.
There's private vehicles there as well as vehicles that are unmarked.
Sure, but
I'm just wondering what your purpose
but it's quite
is.
intimidating having 4 officers come out and accost somebody with a camera.
4 officers, including an inspector, confront one man with a camera in a public space. This is a disproportionate response that appears more about intimidation than engagement. The inspector immediately raises concerns about private vehicles, as if that changes the law. It doesn't. Under Article 10 of the Human Rights Act, individuals have the right to freedom of expression, including filming public spaces and anything visible from them. If officers are worried about private vehicles being recorded, they shouldn't park them in view of public roads. The inspector is clearly confusing personal preference with legal authority, already shaping a misleading narrative. Police premises.
Police premises.
Yeah, but like 4
we
people.
need to
Really?
establish whether there's a security issue.
Okay.
So, do you want to talk to me about what you're here for? I've got no issue with you filming, but as I've said, there's private vehicles.
Yeah, it's not my intention to get those. If they're in the background of a shot, they're in the background of a shot. But I'm not here to. I'm not.
Doing a news piece. Do you want an interview? I'll talk to you if you'd like to have an interview.
Not particularly. No, just want to have a look around. That's all. Just like to look around.
I saw you obviously trying to walk around there. So I was just wondering.
You should be careful with the information that you say like that, because I wasn't trying to walk around there at all. I was stood there for a good 4 minutes watching you in your vehicle, and I saw the sign saying no unauthorised access. So don't tell me that I was trying to walk places where I wasn't. Be careful with things like that.
Have you got the footage that you need?
I'm not sure yet, to be honest.
Okay, but I'd like you to leave, because as I've said, there are private vehicles there. But you've got some footage. You've got enough. There's nothing.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the footage that I was getting was actually interrupted by the PC stopping and coming out. But so I'll probably wait around to see if any more vehicles come in or out. See if I can get one on blue lights.
You shouldn't do that, because as I've said, there's private cars coming in and out. Officers don't want you recording them coming and going from duty, because that presents a potential security risk.
The inspector argues that filming officers coming and going creates a security risk. But logically, if that were truly a risk, why are officers parking personal vehicles in full public view? That's a failure of policy, not a legal reason to restrict someone standing in public. If security were genuinely a concern, proper measures like secure parking or screening would be in place. What cannot happen is using vague security claims to override Article 10 rights. The inspector is clearly using this argument to pressure the auditor into leaving. But concerns alone do not create legal powers, and this is exactly why people must stand their ground.
They shouldn't drive to work then, really, should they? If they're that concerned.
You have no business to film the private areas that are off limit to the public.
I have every business to film anything that's visible from a public area.
But my point is, you shouldn't be going up there, which is what you've done.
I haven't gone past the signage where your signage is. It doesn't say the signage. The signage is the signage here saying that I can't go further than this. Or is the signage there saying I can't go further than there?
What do you need the
My personal use, public
Okay,
interest.
Well, my personal vehicle is there, and I'm asking
Okay.
you, from me to you as a private individual, I'm not comfortable with you violating my personal space.
It's not your personal space. It's
Well,
a
my vehicle there, my private vehicle is there, and I'm
Okay.
not comfortable with you filming that.
Well, if you hadn't announced that it was your private vehicle, nobody would ever
But
have
I'm
known.
telling
now.
you it is, so
No, you
therefore
are
I'm
doing
asking
now.
you to stop. Yeah,
Well, I'm
just
not.
as
I'm
a
not going to.
courtesy
It's in a public
in which
area.
case you'll have to be removed to prevent the breach of the
For-
peace, because you are.
How am I?
here.
How am I breaching the peace? Do you know?
You've
Do you know?
already-
What, do you know what? Do you know what the threshold is for breach of the peace?
You're already having the footage, so I'm asking you to leave.
The inspector asks him to leave, but watch how the reasoning falls apart first. She attempts to use breach of the peace, which is a bluff. Under UK law, this requires an actual threat of violence or harm to people or property. Simply standing in a public place with a camera doesn't meet that threshold. When challenged, she drops that argument and moves on to another, claiming he has enough footage. This is clearly unreasonable. No officer has the authority to decide when someone's legal rights expire.
You're creating it. These
no.
officers aren't able to get on with their policing
I'm not
duty.
stopping them.
There are individuals, as I was, getting on with a matter that's of concern to the community, and I've got an individual on police premises filming not only the police cars coming and going, but officers arriving for duty and leaving again. That causes me a concern.
So you're working on conjecture there, because I have specifically said that that is not my intention.
I've said to you, you're causing me a concern, so I'd
Okay.
like you to leave.
Well, you're concerned. You know, do you police by your feelings in this country, or do you police by what the law is?
I'd like you to leave.
Do you police by
I'd
what?
like you to leave.
Do you police by what the law is, or do you
Sir,
police
I'm gonna
by?
get the officers to take you away, because you are not.
Am I
here,
in a
but
public place?
There are officers having private conversations about cases in the backyard of the police station.
Well, they
which
shouldn't
is
be.
not-
They shouldn't be
and you
having
are-
that conversation in that sort of place.
But you shouldn't be there within the scope of being able
I can
to
be.
film this.
Do you know you can film anything you can see from a public place in the UK?
Okay.
Is this a public place?
This is a public place.
There you go, so if I can
you
film
are-
it-
let me put it a different way. If you stand at the end of my driveway at home, which
Sure.
is a public place, repairable at public expense,
Sure.
and you film into my window, is that acceptable?
Is this your home? Do you live here? Do you sleep here?
But these are private premises. Beyond this line here, you are filming from a public into a private space. Is that
Okay.
permitted?
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely not.
Of course it
No.
is.
So you can stand on my road and film me in my home, can you?
If your curtains are open, then legally, yes, I can.
The auditor makes an important point. If curtains are open, filming from a public place can be lawful, but he also reveals something more serious. Officers are discussing confidential matters in an area where conversations can be heard from public spaces and nearby homes, though that's a genuine security issue and potentially a Data Protection Act 2018 concern. Yet instead of addressing that, the inspector focuses on confronting the person filming. She then compares the police station to her private home, a flawed comparison. A police station is a workplace, not a residence. Officers do not have the same expectation of privacy there. Her arguments rely on emotion rather than law.
If I continue to do it repeatedly, then you could potentially take action about harassment. But at this point, I've been here once only, to come and get some footage that I want to
Just
get.
some footage for a couple of minutes and then you can leave.
No,
please.
you don't put a
If
time. You don't put a time limit
I
on
do
my
put a
rights.
time limit on you, and I'm,
No.
I'm telling you
Do you know what
now,
Article 10 is of the
you are-
Human Rights Act?
You are causing me personally harassment and alarm by filming here.
Go talk to Lord Justice Bean about it. The police have a much
You
higher
have 2 minutes
threshold.
to leave and then you're going to go.
No,
Otherwise
I'm
you'll
not.
Be arrested.
I'm not.
Sure you're-
Arrest me?
Yes,
You're going
be
to arrest me. You'll be hearing from my
Absolutely.
solicitors, and you'll be having a civil suit on your hands.
Okay,
Arrest me for
give
what?
me
What?
solicitors'
What are you going
details
to
and
arrest me
no,
for?
You are causing a nuisance.
What are you
here.
going to arrest me for?
Either public nuisance or harassment.
The inspector now claims harassment. But under the Protection from Harassment Act 1997, harassment requires a course of conduct, repeated actions causing distress. This is a single visit. One instance of lawful filming cannot meet that definition. She then threatens arrest for either harassment or public nuisance. But public nuisance, under the Police, Crime, Sentencing and Courts Act 2022, requires serious harm or risk to the public. Filming in public does not meet that threshold. These threats lack legal basis. This is not enforcement. It's intimidation.
Public nuisance.
Yeah.
So under the new legislation that came with a public. So
You've got your opportunity to film.
So
I'd like you to not film or certainly delete anything that has details of my personal vehicle or that of any other police officers there, and then I want you to go. All right?
you don't put a time limit on my rights.
From getting on with
No,
the
I'm exercising my rights here, and you don't put a time limit on that, Inspector. Inspector what? Blackwell? Thank you.
The inspector attempts to place a time limit on the auditor's rights, suggesting he has already had his chance to film. But rights don't work like that. Freedom of expression doesn't expire after a few minutes. The auditor stands his ground, and despite repeated threats of arrest, the inspector eventually walks away. Why? Because there were no legal grounds to act, the threats were empty from the beginning, an attempt at intimidation that ultimately failed.
Yeah, see, I'm obviously not that much of a concern because you're allowing them to go about their business, yet you're threatening to arrest me. Tyrants here at Stamford.
Let's be clear about what happened here. An inspector sent 4 officers to confront one man with a camera. She claimed a security risk while ignoring real issues happening on site. She treated a visible vehicle as private space, compared a workplace to a home, and misapplied laws on harassment and public nuisance. She also attempted to impose limits on fundamental rights. This isn't just poor judgment. It shows a serious misunderstanding of the law and misuse of authority. The auditor, on the other hand, stayed calm, understood his rights, and refuse to be intimidated. If you want to learn more about your rights, check out the guide linked below. That's it for this breakdown. If you value content like this, make sure to subscribe and stay updated. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.